Welcome back. We're in the kitchen with Sara Sullivan. We got some corn, we got some lettuce going on, some mini limes. What are we making today?
So we are making a street corn green salad. So think of this as everything you love about Mexican street corn, but we're just gonna build it a little bit bigger, add some lettuce. It's perfect for your July 4th cookout.
I always thought street corn would still be on the cob, but that's not the case, right?
No, street corn is, and usually it's smothered in mayonnaise, a little cotija cheese, and some herbs and spices, and that's why everybody likes it.
The healthier version, there you go.
So we're gonna make this just a little bit healthier, but still get that sweet, creamy, tangy flavor that we have come to love with street corn.
Put Asia to work, okay?
Okay.
Put me to work.
So first up, I'm gonna have you cut 2 heads of romaine lettuce.
Okay.
We'll just chop it up. So that's gonna be the base of the salad, super crunchy. And what's interesting is I think a lot of times people think that romaine's like iceberg where it has no nutritional value, but it's very high in vitamins.
She's a pro, look at that.
Look at her go.
I've had a lot of romaine lettuce in my life.
You're doing a great job. Now what I've done is I just charred a little bit of corn. So for this recipe, if you can use fresh corn, awesome. If you can grill it, even better. But I actually had frozen corn. So you can do this with frozen corn, canned corn.
But you like frozen, you don't like, I mean, if you like frozen corn or fresh corn right off the cob, right?
I think fresh, especially during the summer, is always going to be best. But you know, you can take a shortcut and just get the frozen.
Probably a little bit easier.
Yeah, and I just charred it so you don't put any oil in there. You just turn the heat on until it gets a little toasty. Now we're going to make a dressing.
Okay.
So this is going to be the nice creamy base. We've got a little bit of Greek yogurt, and I'm going to have you add sour cream. So no mayonnaise here, but we're still getting that really like rich and creamy dressing.
I like the fact, Asia, she always keeps me away from the sharp objects.
Keep her, I'm in charge.
I give you the easy jobs. I even cut the limes for you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have you squeeze in some lime juice. We're gonna do about a tablespoon or 2, and these are the little key limes.
Yeah, what's the difference between the small ones?
Yeah, so the small ones, they're a little bit tangier. They have a more herbal aroma, but what I love about them is they're juicier.
Oh, really?
So I just find that regular limes, a lot of times I get them, I squeeze them, and literally nothing comes out.
Yeah,
Man,
that
but
is true. That happens.
But you know what? The smell of these, oh man, it smells so fresh.
Right, and really the lime juice, you know, adds so much to this dish, so we don't want to skimp on it. So I just get the key limes, but you can use regular limes too. And then I'll get our seasonings ready. So we're going to do a little bit of smoked paprika. I recommend you do not skip this.
Really?
It really brings so much depth to the dish. We're going to do some chili powder and then just a little bit of salt. So nothing too fancy, and we'll add that right in.
Jeez, I feel like I'm at the weight room right now, squeezing all this. Jeez.
Takes a little bit longer when you've got the little ones. And then Asia, you can go ahead and put the romaine lettuce right in the bowl.
Okay.
And we are just going to start stacking in all kinds of flavor, all kinds of texture. This recipe has a lot of room to customize it, so feel free to use what veggies you have hanging around your fridge. But we're going to add in, once you get the romaine in, we'll add in a little bit of jalapeno. I personally love that. I take the seeds out, but I like just that little bit of spice. You don't like the spice, omit it. We'll add that right in. Doesn't it smell so good?
Man, with the lime especially, yeah.
And then we're going to add in some diced red bell pepper for a little pop of color. And I've got some feta cheese. You can use cotija cheese if you would like. That's the Mexican cheese.
Oh, okay.
It's a dry cheese. It's very similar to feta.
One more time, what is it?
Cotija.
Cotija.
And what's the difference between this and feta?
So
like
there's not a huge difference,
difference
to be honest with you. They're both cheeses that don't melt. They finish off the salad. And I feel like when you add cheese to the salad, all of a sudden it's like actually a meal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Great.
We're going to add in some toasted pumpkin seeds.
Right.
Some green onions, and 1 can of rinsed and drained black beans. Just give it a little bit of protein. So like I said, really, you know, adding on all those textures and great flavors, we'll add in the corn. And I just let the corn cool too after I had charred it, so you don't want to add like steaming hot corn into the salad. And then we'll go in with our dressing. And I've chopped up some fresh cilantro too. So I think in the summertime, fresh herbs are always valuable in a dish, and cilantro is my go-to. You could use basil, you could use parsley. Here we go.
All right, I'll do the honors. I know some people don't like cilantro. I've heard it's like kind of split.
Yeah, I think it's hit or miss
it tastes weird. Yeah.
for people. And when I'm hosting, I usually avoid it just so you don't offend anybody that tastes the soap. And then last but not least, I make these at home. You can always use store-bought tortilla chips, but I love taking corn tortillas, slicing them into strips, little olive oil, and you roast them for about 15 to 20 minutes till they get nice and crispy. The benefit of these is that they hold up in the salad. So when you crunch them and you mix it all together, they're going to still stay a little bit crispy. Aren't those good?
Yeah,
little
they
bit
are.
of
They're
salt.
really good.
Yeah, so if you have the time, you can make those. We'll put them right in the salad.
Okay. Just
And then, yep, dump them right
crunch
on
them
in.
everything? There you
Crunch
go.
them right in.
Oh, you
and
do
then,
the honors. Stir it up.
Stir it.
Yep, and then
Okay.
give it a nice big mix, and you have a delicious, crowd-pleasing 4th of July salad.
Yum.
Doesn't that look beautiful?
This looks
Oh, it sure does.
delicious.
It pairs really well with like a grilled chicken or a grilled shrimp. So you can really make it part of a main dish too if you'd like.
I actually had street corn this weekend, but we dipped chips in it, but I like how we put them like on top.
Yeah.
That makes it
Yeah,
fun.
the key is
Yeah.
too. I mean, the colors, right? That
Yeah.
looking at it right now, that just looks and breathes and just
We want it
oozes
to look
health.
pretty,
Healthy,
right?
yeah.
Healthy, pretty, but you still get that nice creamy, flavor. So it feels somewhat indulgent, but we
Yeah.
just lightened it up with the Greek yogurt.
Because there's beans in there and everything and so many veggies, can this be a meal or is this just a side dish?
Absolutely. I find it's very filling. You've got the beans, you've got the feta cheese, and you've got all your great veggies, a little more protein from the Greek yogurt. So
Tiny little
I love
limes.
those limes. Can you just get those anywhere? They're so tiny.
aren't they so cute?
They're so adorable.
Yeah.
You can just get these literally anywhere?
Yeah, I got them
Regular
in
grocery
like
store?
a big bag.
Man, it
That's
smell-
so cool.
How great those smell, man.
But like I said, so much better
wow.
when you really need to get that fresh lime
love
juice.
that.
All right, so for anybody wanting this great 4th of July, side dish or a main dish, where can they go to get the recipe?
At sarasullivan.com.
All right, Sarah, thanks so much.
Thank
It
you,
smells so
guys.
delicious. I want to bite. All right.